In the previous series, Ruth opened up to Boaz about her intentions. Now let's look at the outcome of this fantastic story. Then Boaz went to the city gate, where business and legal matters were settled, and sat down. Soon afterward, the close relative or kinsman redeemer of which he had spoken came along.
"Come over here, my friend, and sit down."
So he went over and sat with him. Then Boaz took 10 men of the city's elders and said,
"Sit here."
And they sat down on the benches. He then turned his attention to the kinsman redeemer, Elimelech's closest relative.
"Naomi, who has returned from the land of Moab, is selling a piece of land that belonged to our brother Elimelech. So I thought I should inform you about it, to see if you will buy it back before the presence of these, the elders of my people. If you are interested in redeeming it, please do so, but if not, tell me so I may know. The reason is because there is no one but you to redeem it, and I am next after you.
I will redeem it."
The day that you buy the land from Naomi, you must also acquire Ruth, the Moabitess, who is the widow of the deceased, to raise up the name of the deceased on his inheritance.
I cannot redeem it for myself, or else I would jeopardize my own inheritance. Take my right of redemption for yourself, for I cannot redeem it.
Now, formally in Israel, concerning the redemption or exchange of a property, to make any matter legally binding, a man would remove his sandal and give it to the other party. Well, now, this was a confirmation of a transaction in Israel. This concept is found in the law of the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25, verses 7 to 10.
Buy it for yourself.
Said the kinsman redeemer. Then he pulled off his sandal and gave it to Boaz to confirm the agreement.
You all are witnesses today that I have purchased from Naomi all that belonged to Elimelech, Chilion, and Mahlon. Moreover, I have acquired Ruth the Moabitess, the widow of Mahlon, to be my wife, to restore the name of the deceased to his inheritance, so that his name will not be cut off from his brothers or from the gate of his birthplace. You are all witnesses this day."
And the people said, "We are witnesses. May the Lord make the woman who is entering into your home as Rachel and Leah, who together built up the household of Israel. May you be prosperous in Ephrathah and famous in Bethlehem. Further, may your house become like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bore to Judah, because of the offspring the Lord will give you by this young woman." And so Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. Now, when he was intimate with her, the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. And the women, Naomi's neighbors, said to her, "Blessed is the Lord who has not left you this day without a kinsman redeemer, and may his name be famous in Israel. May he also be to you one who restores life and sustains your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you and is better to you than 7 sons, has given birth to him." Now Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and she became his nurse. And the women who were her neighbors gave him a name, saying, "A son has been born to Naomi." And they named him Obed, which in the Hebrew tongue meant servant or worshipper. The same is the father of Jesse, who is the father of David. Now these are the descendants of Perez. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon the father of Salmon. Salmon the father of Boaz. Boaz the father of Obed. Obed the father of Jesse, and Jesse was the father of David. And last but not least, Yeshua, the Messiah that came down from the bloodline or the lineage of David.